Hi everybody, and welcome back into another adventure in Scarworld. So this place is really coming together. I mean, we've got a lot of builds and now a road network that is starting to connect everything, but there's still a little bit more to do this season. So one thing is, I want a potato patch there, and another thing is a build that I have been thinking about since the start of the season. So when we started and Fire Demon built a few of the houses here in this lower village, I said, well, could I build something in your upper village? And he said, sure. So we decided on this little plot of land here for me to use to build a restaurant. I kind of like the idea of building a ramen house, so in the lore of the world, the people who work at the ramen house can, get their fresh vegetables from the farmers, and the people in the inn would have a nice place to eat. So, this build has given me the biggest brain block ever. I struggled so hard to get a design that I really liked for it. So, why don't we hop into a quick time lapse and let's get this brought into Scarworld. And as the sun is setting behind us, I think it's a perfect time for us to begin. Alright, well, the bulk of the build is done. Now we just have a few small details to finish up on it. What do you think of it though? I really like it. So let's do some of these details. Let's see. First of all, I'm gonna want some of the hanging signs, and I definitely want our banners. So let's shift some stuff around here, and let's see. I wanted banners here, here, and here going into the patio area, and then same thing on these windows. And then maybe there and there as well. Yeah, that looks good. And then I like the idea of banners kind of around the lights, even though the terracotta doesn't give off any light. That's what the end rods are for. All right, there we go. And maybe in the future I can do some banners under here. We'll see. But now we need to get some... we need something here too. Let's put the hanging signs up here. There we go. Yeah, I like that. And last one. There we go. Take a look, step back and see how that looks. Yeah, that looks nice. It kind of blocks it in a little bit. I like it. Okay. Alright, so let's grab a smoker and a couple of furnaces. And let's see, there's hopefully enough room back here that this makes sense. Smoker in the middle. Furnace on either side. Then we can have an employee working here. Let's see. Let's do a stair there for a little cabinet. All right, yeah, I like that. That works. Okay. So now, oops, Don't like that. Let me see. There's my axe. Don't need that trapdoor. There we go. Okay, we need something green over here. Alright, I'm gonna get a pot and a bush. And we need some customers. So I'm gonna go grab a pot, a bush, and do some armor stand magic. Be right back with you. Alright, and with the magic of some armor stands and a little bit of figuring things out, we have some life in this build now. I like that. I've got Skiz kind of running the ramen house, and he's got a fish prepared already, and he's making a steak. So, a little bit like Hungry Hermits, I guess. But, you know, we've got a wedding cake and some ice cream. And then we got a patron in here enjoying a nice drink. We're gonna call that green tea, iced green tea. Yep, definitely iced green tea. But now it's time to connect this up to the path and to start getting a few more of the details done around here because, well, details are what bring builds to life. So let's dig out some dirt. Let's see. I like the idea of having a slightly wider ground. I'm not a huge fan of just 100% straight paths, so we are going to give this path a little bit of character, a little bit of curvature. There. Just a little bit of wonk to it. I mean, you can still walk straight, but there's a little meander to it. We'll see how that looks. Like I said, for some reason, I'm just not a huge fan of straight paths. I think maybe because in where I live, there's not a lot of necessarily straight paths to businesses when they're kind of built up like this. Maybe because Fire Demon has done nothing but straight paths. I should probably kind of mimic him. It is his area, and that tends to be his style, is more geometric. So I should probably respect that in his build area, right? Let's see. Boop. There we go. Fill this back in. And we are now connected up. And just for fun, let's see. I think this will work. Because we know how people can be. People tend to take the shortest path to somewhere. And this gives me a chance to do a little bit of a curved path. How about I make a path that connects from the market. That way we get a little bit of the curving and we get some of the straight path. Best of both worlds. Yeah, kind of like that. There we go. Let's keep that up there and up, boop, and boop. There we go. Now we have a path that connects up from both the market over here and from the main path. A little dark right there. Let's, I don't think that's spawnable, but I really don't want to take any chances. So we're just going to boop. There we go. Yeah, that works out nice. Got a little bit of touch up. Let's see. How are we looking down here? He has done so much in this area. It's amazing. Let me guess. We have a ravine under here that got covered without being fully lit up. That's what it sounds like. Oh, these are coming in nice. Perfect. All right. I'm gonna go investigate those zombie sounds. Hopefully get that area lit up, and then we'll get to work on some of the other fine details around here. Be right back. And we're back. Yep, it was a ravine under there. There was just one layer right at the top that didn't get lit up. It was actually part of a mine shaft that we had explored earlier in the season. And on to some of the other details that need to get done. I want a potato field back in here. Just because, while growing, potatoes look a little bit like rice, kinda. Well, okay, if you use your imagination, I can pretend that they're a rice crop, okay? So that's what we're gonna do now. We're going to plan out and build a rice paddy potato field. Yeah, that's something I never thought I would say. All right, well, I'm gonna kind of get that planned out and we'll take a look from above in a second. All right, so we've got kind of the retaining rivers. I don't know what you would call them. The irrigation canals, I guess, that you can occasionally see when they're, in rice paddies and stuff. They're usually more terraced than this, but I'm working with what I've got. But let's take a quick peek at how this looks from above. And I really, really like that. Now, I could have it kind of flow down here, but I really don't want to. I don't know if we're going to even do anything with this area, so we're just going to kind of leave that for now. But yeah, so I guess it's time to start planting a ton of potatoes. Good thing I have a trusty hoe. Oh, I've got a few of them actually. So I'm gonna... Don't want that frog light. Want that to be dirt or grass. And same with this one. We lit this up like this originally for, mob proofing, but we've got a new technique now. So this is going to be so much fun. We just go... All right, there we go. All ready to be planted. So, I guess I better start in on that now. Woohoo! Oof. There we go. Our entire potato field is now planted. And it's not a huge one by any stretch of the imagination. It was only like 4 or 5 stacks of potatoes. But still, I think it's going to add a really nice look to around this lake. Let's take a quick look at that, huh? Yeah, that field really adds a lot. I really like how that looks. Oh, and this field has come along too. Look at that. It's now blending into the trees. We've got another kind of potato field up there. Oh, so much happy farming. This is amazing. So, things are really starting to come together now. The small details just make all the difference in the world. But I gotta figure out what the next project is. There's so many little things to do around here. All right, I figured out the next project we're gonna do, and it's gonna be a pretty quick one, I'm hoping. As long as I have what I need. Looks like I probably will. Okay, let's land here. And we're gonna grab some seeds. And we're gonna come down in here. I noticed in the last clip that this field still looked really, really bright. And half the reason why I am doing all of these fields is I want it to be naturally mob-proofed. So, no lights necessary, or very few lights necessary. I should probably put a water source in here. So, with how bright this field is looking, I figured there were still some errant frog lights in here from when we were originally lighting it up. Oof. There's a lot of people online today, so it's a little bit laggier than it's been lately. Alright, let's see. There's this one. Oof. See what I mean? Anyway, there we go. Any other randomly hidden frog lights around here? Now, I know I've got some light that's going on over here around the rocks, but that's just because I want to keep the rocks spawn-proof. But I think that's it. Oh, here we go. Not a frog light, but... This is looking better. Like I said, I don't mind some of the dark when there's fields and it can't be, you know, a mob farm. No errant mob farms. Alright, well, I am going to finish this up. And I'll have to see you in the next episode. And the next episode is just going to be all of the small details, because pretty soon we're going to do the big server tour. And then it'll be on to the next season. But that's all for today's episode. This has been Shadow Star from Scarworld, and bye!